guys, welcome to my first video film screen review, whatever you want to call it. Excuse the background, I haven't yet set up a decent scene for my film reviews or whatever. The first film we're going to talk about is this one here. I'll put in the little thing there, and it is Electric Dreams. It is from 1984. I don't think I saw it, because I was 4 at the time. I don't think I saw it until late 80s, early 90s. I borrowed a copy off my uncle, and it has stood as a family favourite for a very long time. Literally since that first moment we saw it, it's just a brilliant film. You can find this film on YouTube. It's where I literally just watched it from. I've got it on DVD. You can buy it on DVD. I think you can buy it on Blu-ray as well. I'm not sure. But it's definitely available on DVD because I own it on DVD. It's on YouTube. It may be on other streaming channels as well. But I'll say I've just watched it on YouTube. It plays fine with a decent internet connection. And what's it about? Well, it is about a love story. It actually starts off, it says, hello, and then like a computer talking to itself kind of thing. And it's like, what is this? It's a fairy tale for computers. All a story for computers. I think it's a fairy tale for computers. It's basically a love triangle between this guy, Miles, but he types in to a computer Moles by mistake, played by Lenny Van Dola, I think his name is. He falls in love with this woman, played by Virginia Madsen, called Madeline, and the third wheel in it is this thing here, the PC. Basically, the film starts off where he's a bit of an inept person when it comes to technology. By the looks of it, that's the way it's set up. That's the premise of the film, is this kind of person learning about PCs and technology and stuff. His friend at work has one of these pocket PCs, and he's like, oh, you want to get one? So he goes to a computer shop. They sell him an actual computer, an actual desktop. And then literally within a few minutes, he's kind of learning all these things. It's back in the day, with it being 1984, it's like the height of kind of technological advancements, and you've got like little black boxes that you can plug in your appliances into to connect your appliances to the PC. I don't even think that was a thing at the time. At least if it was, it wasn't a major thing. Otherwise, we'd be doing it constantly. But yeah, it was a bit kind of when I first saw it, I was like, wow, PCs can do that. Like back in when I first saw it as a kid. And then he kind of progresses. He gets more and more stuff. And he buys like a modem. I'm assuming it's a modem because it's like a phone thing that you plug the phone into, and like an early modem kind of thing, early phone receiver type stuff. And he's there like trying to download all of his office work and office's computer information. And obviously it's going to be way more powerful than his PC is. So it overloads PC, and then basically the PC then becomes kind of AI and kind of self aware. I've got some notes on it, so I'll refer to these notes. It goes, seems to go from being an inept with PC to an overconfident tech guy, but he blows up his PC by trying to download an entire firm's PC database. he pours champagne over it because it starts to overheat and start smoking. And then, like, from then on, it kind of like becomes alive kind of thing, by listening to Madeline play her cello. And there's the soundtrack to it is brilliant. The way they do it, all kind of electronic music and 80s, it's brilliant soundtrack. And she's there playing her cello, and then you got like electronic music of the computer mirroring her composition, and it goes into this huge big piece of music like that, and it becomes like that, and she thinks it's him. She thinks that he's there playing music. He has nothing to do with it at this point. So he's like, oh no, it wasn't me. There's a scene where he seems to be ashamed of owning a PC, because he puts his bathrobe over it, and pretends it's not a PC. The film progresses, they start dating. He gets the computer to write a love story, but the first love story is like a really cheesy kind of thing. And then he goes in and does a proper love story. He tries to teach the computer what love is. Throughout the film, basically, it's the PC learning about love, basically, which is why it's like a love triangle between Miles, or Moles as he was known to the computer, Madeline and the PC. The PC loves Madeline. Madeline kind of loves the PC because she likes what the PC does. Miles likes Madeline. Miles kind of doesn't like the fact that the PC is kind of liking Madeline and so on. Things get a little bit chaotic. The PC makes Miles' life hell, kind of like declining cards and cashing checks and making out as some kind of weirdo. So he rips it apart. Then towards the end, Madeline discovers the PC in pieces, plays a bit of music on it, and realises what's kind of... It's like she's realised what's going on up till then, and realises that she loves Miles and so on. And the PC kind of gives Madeline to him because the PC's realised that he loves Madeline, and he's realised what love is, which is why he loves Madeline, and he realises that love is give and not take. So he goes, I give you Madeline and I take me away, kind of thing. It's a super cool little kind of concept for a film. And then kind of the PC blows up. But for that, right at the end, we discover that the PC actually had a name all along, and that is Edgar. It's kind of like it's not a comedy, it's like a rom-com, but it's not like a rom-com kind of as such. It's kind of, it's a bit weird, because obviously it's got PCs in it, which is a bit weird, so it's kind of like a sci-fi rom-com-y, but not sci-fi. But it's kind of happy, yeah. But it's at the same time, like towards the end, where the PC is being destroyed, it's really sad, because you really feel sorry for the PC. So, yeah, after that little kind of rundown of what the movie is, a bit of a review of the actual quality of the movie now. I don't think it was a big blockbuster hit. The actors weren't like really famous at the time, and they've gone on to do some bigger things. But it's become a bit of a cult, I think. Not like Labyrinth has, or Willow, or anything like that from the 80s, like the Breakfast Club, stuff like that. Nothing to that extent. But those who know of the film really enjoy it, and those that don't, basically. But the acting isn't terrible. It's not brilliant, but it's believable. You don't necessarily feel like you're watching a film. It could quite easily have been like a really weird kind of set up kind of reality TV show kind of thing, where you get two people who just getting together, have this thing with the PC that interferes with them. The PC element itself is a bit of a focal point. Obviously, it talks heavily about humans' interaction with PCs and stuff like that. You could possibly argue people overusing PCs, people becoming too reliant on PCs, how people dependent on PCs interfere with human relationships and so on. You could argue all those kind of social kind of weird facts and fiction and stuff like that. So it does have kind of like weird undertones to it. The soundtrack is amazing, as I've already mentioned. You've got stuff like Heaven 17, the Human League, Culture Club. You know, you've got like some really kind of big 80s stuff, plus some ones that I don't know how come if they were big in the 80s or whether they were big soundtrack people in the 80s. I can't quite remember. Haven't quite got the names up at the moment. But it's a killer soundtrack. I absolutely love it. It's very kind of synthy, kind of poppy, kind of electro, kind of very 80s. It just screams 80s. Yeah, so, you know, acting wise, I'd probably give it a good solid 3.5 out of 5. Soundtrack wise, that is right up there, 4.5 out of 5. Oh, pardon me. I think there's only one song on there that I don't like. And that's when he's running through the streets and you got like all kind of traffic lights and car horns and stuff like that going off in the music. I'm not keen on that song, but all the rest of the songs I absolutely love. Eyes. So yeah, that's that. Last ability, I would say easily 5 out of 5. It's a film, if you like it, you can watch it over and over and over again. It's just such a good feel movie. Well, good feel, kind of whatever you want to call it. It is basically a romance film. As it says at the beginning, it's a bit of a fairy tale because something like that wouldn't happen in real life. You know, a PC isn't going to just suddenly get kind of sentient from overloading and being champagne poured over it and listening to music. You know, that's not going to happen. You know, but it's definitely a fairy tale in that respect. But it's a cool little kind of love story, love triangle kind of thing. Obviously with the twist of it being a PC rather than 3 people. Normally, if you get like a love triangle film, it's like with 3 people or something. So this had that little kind of different kind of edge to it, which I think makes you keep coming back for more because it is so completely wacky and crazy, but it's so enjoyable. I think I will leave it here. It's been like 5 minutes. This is all the add-on bit that I've done. If you notice, there's a little bit of a split in the video. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, do all that kind of stuff that people ask you to do. Subscribe to my channel. This is a brand new channel. I've only got 1 subscriber at the moment, and that is myself from one of my other channels. So some more subscribers would be greatly appreciated because there will be more screen review, film me, whatever's coming at some other points. This will look a bit different, hopefully, next time. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.